Hi, I'm Lily Bennett, and this is my audience. On average, somebody dies from suicide every 43 seconds. Over 5.7% of people suffer from depression, and over 359 million adults suffer from anxiety. Most decide to stay silent about mental health until it's too late. Let's end the silence about mental health. Let's normalize open dialogue and educating ourselves, supporting those who struggle so no one feels alone or ashamed for getting help. By speaking openly about mental health, we can replace silence with understanding, stigma with compassion, and fear with hope, ultimately saving lives. Today, I'll explain why the silence around mental health is important and how we can start normalizing conversations and what kind of positive change it can create in both our lives and community. Today, people fear judgment or being seen as weak. Even though many suffer from mental health issues, stigma prevents many from getting help. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, over 50% struggling never seek treatment. Silence, fear of speaking about our problems due to toxic conditions, leads to worsening conditions, isolation, and even suicide. What can our schools and universities do? They can start by integrating mental health education into our school curriculums to help students better understand other and their own emotions, stress, and coping skills. They can provide on-campus counseling and wellness centers that are easily accessible and stigma-free. Train our teachers and staff to recognize signs of mental distress and guide students to proper resources. What can our higher authorities do to help solve the problem? They can start by increasing funding for mental health services, ensuring free or affordable access for all. Pass policies that require mental health days in schools and workplaces. Along the lines of our drug awareness programs, launch national awareness campaigns that normalize talking about mental health. I'd like to take a minute to imagine something with me. Imagine a school, a workplace, a community where talking about emotions is normal. Students feel safe asking for teachers' help, and employees can take mental health days without the fear of repercussion. Imagine a world where counseling services are easy to access because our leaders invested in resources and awareness, where people get help before they reach their breaking point. But now, let's take a minute to imagine the alternative. Our people keep pretending they're okay when they're not. Students drop out, employees burn out, and our families suffer alone. The stigma continues and lives are lost simply because we're too scared to speak up. The only difference between these two futures is whether we, as a people, choose to speak up or stay silent. We can create a culture of support or allow stigma to continue harming people we care about. This dangerous silence and stigma around mental harm help people and stop them from getting the help they need. Our higher authorities can reduce this stigma by educating and providing resources and promoting open conversation. A future with open dialogue leads to support and healing. A future of silence leads to continued pain. Start to normalize talking about your mental health with your friends, your family, and your classmates. Start to listen without judging when someone opens up about their feelings and their problems. And please, use and share resources like the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Take one step this week, whether that's checking in on someone, starting a conversation, or seeking support yourself. Don't give up. Your voice could save a life and maybe even your own.